Alright, welcome to this edition of the Sunday Monday vlog. Welcome back to the journey. Thank you for being a part of the journey, and don't forget to share the journey. Yes, I'm here laying in bed because winter is back, and you might be wondering why I'm not in the center of the camera. Well, I was hiding Mr. Rex. Mr. Rex comes up, he cuddles with me, and I wake up in the morning to him snuggling with me, and he's just a handsome little man, right? Handsome little man. So I'll be back with you guys in a bit to show you everything I've got done. I'm going to get out of bed, go get on the couch, and we'll go from there. See you in a few. Alright, before I get up and get to the couch, Rex wanted to be adorable when I started rubbing him. And so I figure I'd give you guys a little bit of Rexapoo time, just laying here in bed, getting his bellies rubbed and get his chest rubbed. Oh yeah. And right there, oh, that's a sweet spot. Oh, that's a sweet spot, Mr. Rex, isn't it? Right there on your neck. Oh yeah. So everybody is enjoying their isolation, their confinement. I get to lay here in bed and have adorable Mr. Rex here. A nice soft bubba's to be adorable and cute. Right? What do you think? See that kangaroo on the camera? Yeah. Who's that? Is that you? Is that you on camera? Is that you on camera? Say I'm a sexy Rex. Rex, Rex, Rex. Say I'm a sexy Rex. Rex, Rex, Rex. Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, we're gonna get up. I think he's ready. You ready? Silly boy. Alright, I'm here. Mr. Chubbs just hopped up on the couch just as I was setting up the tripod because he needs a little bit of loving, a little bit of attention. And we did get some stuff going. I worked with the incubator last night. I didn't candle all the eggs. It says you candle the eggs at 10 days and at 18 days, which you see that. I only did like three and a half dozen eggs, and they all had veins in them, so I didn't want the eggs being out too long, so it is what it is. I'll candle them later on, probably day 16, day 17, and we'll go from there. Let me lighten this phone up some. There we go. So that got done. I got some mulch spread. I've been working on cleaning up some. I got my deep well pump, my pressure tank, all that stuff for the well, so that way I can get running water here. And then of course the house will be getting built. I'll be following my building permit probably in May. I might hold off till June depending on the weather, because once again we got snow rolling in again. They're saying tonight into Monday into Tuesday that we'll be getting snow. So I'm going to have to hold off on everything because I don't want to get plumbing installed and then have everything freeze, crack out the pipes. But I got all the stuff I need, the 150 feet of rope to go down tied to the well pump when we put the well pump in, so that way I have a safety line for it. I also got the pump wire that I need to go from the well pump all the way up, out, and got all the pressure tank, the T valve, the shut-off valves, all that type of stuff. So all that is sitting here. I've got that all set up, so that's all ready to go as soon as the weather's nice. And then, like I said, follow the building permit and then get the house going this year. Hopefully get the electric in the house, water in the house, and get the house dried in so I'm not in the camper trailer this winter. And then I'll just have to finish the house over the next couple years as I can afford to do it. Unless crypto jumps up in the next couple months, then I'll have the money to do everything. So I did spend a little bit of money. I got the Peacocks that you guys saw. I was in talks about going to Nebraska to get a second kangaroo, but apparently it sold before I could get out there. Uh, he was $1,200, so I wish I could have got him. It's not a girl kangaroo, but for $1,200, that's less than half what I paid for Rex. So that would have been nice to get, and Rex would have had a buddy, right, Chubbs? Yep, and not beat up on Chubbs and Max, box them. Yep. Nothing like having dogs here on the homestead or animals. Yep, 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 yep. So that's pretty much it. I've got to go to Canyon City. I've got to pick up another several pallets of feed. So I'm stocked up for over another month. I have, I think, a few days left of feed. And then, of course, the grain silo has grain in it, which has a sweet feed as well. So that's my emergency. If I run out of sacks of feed, I always have the grain silo that I can use. And I'm going to get the heat lamps. I'm going to get the heat lamp light bulbs. I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff. I'll probably spend maybe like 5-6 grand at Tractor Supply when I go to town this week. I'm going to get more pressure treated posts to do fencing along the edge of the pond as a safety net. So that way nobody can go off the edge of the driveway down into the pond, and have it come around to where I want to do the beach area. So that way you can only access the pond from the beach area. I'm also going to get posts for up here around the camper area where the sitting area is going to be, with the picnic tables, benches, and all that type of stuff. So that way I can fence that with 6-foot fence so the dogs can't jump out and go across the ranch like they've been doing. So a lot of stuff is coming up in the next couple months, and I think I got just shy of 3 weeks to May 1st, and May 1st we'll be opening up. We'll be insured. Our insurance goes into effect May 1st, so that will be all good. I've got to get organized with the clipboards and the release of liability contracts and the bracelets and everything that's going to go into effect. So I've got to get all that together. I still need to have another 4 or 5 signs made. I have to measure out the road going across the ranch for people that want to go out hiking. I've had several people come. I've taken them in the ATV, and they want to know, how long the road is. I don't know, so I want to get that measured out. I want to get the road marked out, and then I've got to come up with a map design for like a flyer or like a billboard when you first come in, so you can see, how long the road is, what's on the other side of the road, everything like that. And it's just getting a lot of stuff done. And had another neighbor call the county on me. Moron neighbors. You see that at the very end of the video. So I know they're going to watch this video because that's how they turn me in for everything. They follow all my stuff. So you can watch and see what your effect's going to have on my neighbors and everybody else up here if it continues. Because I'm tired of it. I'm done with it. So you'll see at the end of the video what I have planned. But with that, I hope everybody's having a great time in quarantine. I know I am. I'm enjoying laying with Rex and just hanging out and seeing the peacocks and the camels and everything else. It's amazing life here. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest video. I'll see you on the next Sunday, Monday vlog. All right, we did have snow, but the sun came out. It's getting ready to come down again. I got another 2 loads of mulch from Splenda. So you can see the driveway is pretty much all mulched all the way down to that big boulder. So I need a couple more loads and then start working on parking lot. And then I went ahead and I tore the little tiny wooden stairs that I had. And I went ahead and mulched this whole area. Dug this down 6 inches, put in the stairs, put the bench in, and mulched it so it's nice. And that's about all I got done this week. Alright, so I got some bad news and some good news. Just put out the Sunday Monday vlog this morning, so you'll see this on the following Sunday Monday vlog. I put the emu egg inside the incubator, and the rotating shelf, with it being on the egg carton, was too tall, and it cracked my emu egg. So, that's the bad news. Good news, FedEx just got here just as I got home with the racks that are supposed to be used for the emu eggs and the goose eggs. And the other part was on me having them on the green eggs, on the green egg holders. These right here, down on the bottom like everybody saw, they were in a seated position. They did not move. So with what I'm going to put them in now, they will go on the third shelf that rotates. So I no longer have to hand rotate the eggs, and it will be the proper distance and everything like that. So the shelves can't crack the eggs again. So I bought 2 of these, which now I know I only needed 1. But now I can do, if I get a bunch of emu eggs or something, I can do a secondary one. And then it has these dividers that go in here. And then you lay the eggs down, put another divider, eggs down the center, eggs down, so on and so forth. So I'm going to get all that hooked up, get that situated. Now I did a bunch of research, and as everybody knows, I researched the heck out of everything I do before I do anything, before I invest money in anything. So I went to the Dollar Tree while I was in town today. I got the unscented, fragrance, just plain candle wax, tea light candles. So we're going to take these. Now, my research, I could only go so far. So the first research is you take candle wax after you clean out the crack on an emu egg or duck egg, chicken egg, anything like that. So for those of you that incubate your own eggs, I did not know this, but my alien intuition told me to research. And a lot of people have success. So you clean the crack of the egg. I saw some really bad eggs in people's photos online. Then you seal it with wax, and the egg should survive. And people have a high concentration of hatchability. Now, cleaning the crack, I could not find. Everybody says disinfect the crack. I don't know what they use. So, because I use this on my animals when animals get hurt, as everybody saw, when I had to patch up my camel, patch up goats, when they went through a glass window at my last place, which I'm not sure if I have my channel yet at that point. When the dogs get injured, is this Neosporin with pain relief. I'm going to take a little bit of that with a Q-tip. I'm going to wipe it down the crack and then wipe it off with a tissue, so just a very little bit of it gets down in the crack, so that will kill any bacteria infection from being in there with the humidity. And then after I wipe the egg off, I'm going to cover it with wax and get these racks set up, and I'll come right back and show you what the egg looks like, what this looks like, and then everybody needs to cross all their fingers, all their toes, their legs, their arms, everything, even cross their eyes, and hope that this emu egg makes it. And we also got to hope that I can find a whole bunch more emu eggs so we can have a bunch of little emus running around the ranch. That's going to be so much fun. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Alright, so I just want to show you the crack on the egg. That's that crack going down right there. Hopefully the camera picks it up. I can't really tell on the screen. But that's the crack. It's a really light crack. It doesn't look like it's too deep. But I'm going to go ahead and get the Neosporin rubbed in there and then wax this up. I got the things done. It's 3 screws that go in with a nut to hold them. There's the first goose egg in there, so I could get the idea. So let me get this covered with wax, come back, show you this, and then I'll get that tray completely filled with goose eggs, and we'll go from there. Alright, so you should be able to see that cracked line inside the wax a lot better where the wax got down inside of that. So I went ahead, got all the way down to the ends, because that's where it was cracking to, is across. And what it was the metal shelf has an edge, and the edge sticks down deeper than I thought, and it landed right on the egg like that and just sliced it. But like I said, it's a shallow one, so I'm hoping that sticks through. And then I checked this goose egg here. You can see there was a couple cracks right here and a couple cracks right there that I did with wax. Went ahead, checked all the other goose eggs. Now that's all goose, and those 3 are goose. And then the rest are ducks. They're all ducks, and that's duck. And now I'm going to take this emu egg right here, and I'll put that emu egg down here at the end. And then I should be able to fit a couple more emu eggs in there. And then if I do get a bunch of them, then I'll probably get rid of 4 chicken eggs and move the duck eggs up to the chicken eggs. And now that I cleared the green crates that were on here, the eggs won't be in the bottom. They're going to go on this 3rd shelf. And then, like I said, there's 6 dozen chicken eggs here, and then roughly 6 dozen chicken eggs with, I think, half of, excuse me, half of this one is duck eggs as well. So I want to do more ducks than chickens, or add more duck eggs than chickens, because I already have 6 dozen chicken eggs here, 5.5 dozen there. So I'm going to get it in there, get it situated, and we'll see what happens. Okay, one downside with the GQF 1502, I just figured out, is the metal tray that you just saw with the duck and the emu egg. The emu egg will not fit on the bottom shelf. Now, why is that a problem? That I had to put it up top and not at the bottom? Because heat rises. Chicken eggs need like 100-degree temperature for hatching. Emu eggs only need 97. So GQF incubators should think about giving a larger space on the bottom shelf, so the chicken eggs are in the highest heat, the emu and goose eggs are in the lowest heat. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to hatch out the emu's eggs or not. I might have to just pick emu eggs versus chicken eggs and duck eggs and stuff, but we're going to find out. But I had no choice. I had to put that at the top. And then over here, this is how simple it is. I had it on manual. Press and hold. Goes back to automatic. Humidity's already back up to 44%. And then the temperature set at 100. And right now it's 94 degrees in there already. Humidity just went up 1% to 45. I refilled the water at the top. And here we go. Alright, so one of my favorite dishes, since I can't really cook, is buying salad. So I go to Walmart. I buy that box of salad there, which is the mixed greens. I have Ziploc bags. I throw 2.5 handfuls in. Then I run a couple lines of ranch. Then put another 2.5 handfuls of lettuce in. Then I throw in some extra virgin olive oil, balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar. I shake that all up till it's really well shaken and well mixed. And then you can see that's what it looks like. And then I take the peppercorn medley and the Himalayan pink salt, which you can see on top of the lettuce. And that is just delicious. So the ranch cuts the vinegar taste some and gives it more of a creamy taste. But the vinegar cuts the ranch so it's not so creamy and thick. So it's really, really good. Alright, so this is going to be the bathroom build. Remember last year I dug this hole because I was going to do a compost and toilet thing. But I decided I don't want to have to clean toilets and all that stuff. So it's going to be easier to just rent porta potties. So I'm going to pour a foundation. I picked up a pallet of concrete right here. And then I'm going to take cinder blocks. I'm going to do a cinder block wall around, and then probably do a half wood wall with some corrugated metal, and then get the porta potty and cover the hole with plywood and figure out what I'm going to do for the floor. But that way I don't have to clean the bathrooms. They come out, they clean the porta potties, they re-put toilet paper in, and I have no worries. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I went ahead, I got rebar, and I'm gonna start putting the rebar in. You can see I have rebar going down. It's in the ground about almost 2 feet. It's a 2 foot bar, and I only have about 6 inches sticking up. I got the outside framed and level. The inside frame isn't level or anything. It's just to hold everything while I get the concrete in there. And then I'll get some rebar laid out and show you that, and then get mixing on the concrete. Okay, I realized I forgot to show you. I laid out the rebar. You can see the two pieces there. So it's laid out all the way around. I was pouring the concrete and almost got it covered, and I'm like, oh, I never filmed. So here it is. I got the rebar going all the way across, all the way around.
Decorate the Depot tree.
I'm getting my own bath. From working all day, Rex is just cleaning me. He cleans himself, then he cleans me, then he cleans himself.
When I was a kid, we moved around a lot, so
he's a silly, silly man.
Have to find whatever lake
Wait, my
or
bubbas.
pond or
Right.
stream was
Yep.
closest to make all those
Yeah, my
critters
bubbas.
All right, so there's the scissors. Just got done clipping all the feathers. These are feathers that fell out that you can see the ends. And then here you can see is the clip feather. So the size of the feather you cut in half, because if you come down here and cut down here, you end up hitting nerves and veins. But half the feather, basically almost a third, anywhere from here all the way out, you can cut without hitting any nerves or anything in the peacock. So you can see all different feathers. You got reds, you got the mixed color. So I went ahead, clipped all those. And then here's one of the big feathers. That's 5 foot long. That one's all damaged. So that will just get composted. And I just got them all unloaded. I sprayed a little bit of antiseptic on the one male's leg. But like the emus that tore themselves up on the fencing when I first got them, and you saw the pictures in the trailer of their chests all bloody, they healed up because emus and stuff are real hardy birds. And then you can see the plumage feathers that trying to catch them, you know, they wig out and they just release the feathers from stress. So you can see all these feathers here, just the undercoat. So they blew some of that. But by the time my grand opening's back, they will grow their wings, or not their wings back out where they'll be able to fly. But for now, you know, they're hitting the top of the fence. But if they had the wings, if one side wasn't clipped, they'd be able to hop right over the fence. And then, okay, so the last video clipped out because there was an Amber Alert. But what I was saying was the emus chase the peacocks around. So I had to chase the emus to leave the peacocks alone. And that's what happens when you have all the animals living together. When you bring new ones in, you've got to be out here for a while and make sure everybody is nice and it's not fighting. So there's 3 of the males here, 3 of the females here. And then the emus had chased them down this way. So I believe the other 3 females are down here and the other male. So that would be 6 females and 4 males. And you can see the white peacocks are down here. So the other peacocks are probably down here hanging out with them. So let's walk over here and find out. I can see one walking up the hill right there. That's one of the females. She's headed up the hill. So she's already out exploring. So I've got 2 females missing. So I'll find those. And then the blue one, another female's down there. So that's where they're at. See, there she goes. And the second one's up behind that stump. So they're going to start exploring. But like I said, without the wings being clipped, they would be able to get out of the fence. So over the next couple months, this will give them an opportunity to go ahead and get used to the ranch, get used to the area. So when they do get their wings growing back in a couple months, they won't want to fly over the fence because this will be home. They'll be used to being fed here and used to the area. So that's the peacocks for you. And I'll get some footage hopefully tomorrow. You know, they'll be walking around with their tails spun out, because you can see they've got like 5-foot long tails, and they are beautiful. Nothing like a bunch of Indian blues to bring in some eye candy, or they are the eye candy for people that come to visit. So excited. And then for those of you that don't know, there's pied peacocks. So my white ones will breed with the Indian blues. And if you Google on your phone or computer pied peacocks, P-I-E-D peacocks, you'll see how beautiful they are with the white splashes throughout the body and everything. And I can't wait to start getting babies and hatching out eggs and doing everything else. So enjoy your night. All right, so I just took the ATV across the ranch because the peacocks went along the fence line, so I wanted to go check on them. One of the girls, or two of the girls, is over here stopped by the shipping containers, and then the rest took off because the emus were being asshats and chasing them around. And I chased the emus around, but they run faster than me, so I can't keep up. But I also went and did a check, and if I can get it out of my hoodie, let me do it over the couch so that way if it falls out, I don't break it. So big I can't get it out. That shouldn't be a problem. Got the second emu egg. So let's see if I can get better lighting. I mean, check out that beauty. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So for those of you that don't know, the first one got cracked by the incubator. I did the wax, so hopefully that will hatch. And now we have the second emu egg ready to go in. And so that's next to my head. That's against my head. That shows just how big these eggs are. Humongous. So gonna get that in the incubator. Peacock should be good. One of my white ones just flew over the 6-foot fence, so I got a hold of him and clipped his wing as well. And the other white one's still in the pen, so I don't have to worry about catching him to clip his wing. Normally they don't fly over a fence, but the emus are all worked up, so they chased the white one too, and he flew over a fence. But got a hold of him, got his wing clipped, and got him back in the pen. And I'm going to make some dinner, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, so I discovered the peacocks. Some of them. The others are still out and about. But they were hiding here in this tree underneath. And I just want to come check on them. So 5 of the girls are over here and 3 of the males. And there's another girl and another male over on the other side of the property. So I just want to make sure these guys were doing all right. And it looks like they're doing just fine. It's a bit windy. It got pretty cold last night. But they all survived. They all did good. And I'm sure they're loving having all this acreage to roam instead of being in a small little cage. So that's the life here at Homesteader Ranch. All right, it's April 11th. And you can see there in purple, that's 10 days that the eggs have been in the incubator, and it is time to candle. So you candle at 10 days, and they say at 18 days when you lock down the incubator, but I'm going to candle the day before I lock it down at day 17. So I'm going to go ahead and get the flashlight that I have, which on Black Friday, when they had the deals at Home Depot, it is a Coast, and this is a super bright light. So you can see just how bright that is. I mean, it just lights everything up. So I'm going to set up the tripod, and we should be able to see some veins in the eggs. And I'm going to do a couple eggs on camera so you guys can see. And then I'll go through the rest off camera because I've got like 160 or 170 eggs in there. So that's going to take a long time. All right, so this is one shelf of eggs. To give you an idea of how many eggs I have 3 shelves of eggs. So I have a lot of eggs to get through. So let's go ahead and get a couple done, and then I'll do the rest off camera. It's going to go dark. And what we're going to be wanting to look for are veins in the egg developing to make sure that there's something going on inside the egg. So, not sure how much you see it on the camera. Let's see if I put my hand across. But you can see the dark spots there. That's veining in the egg. So that one's starting to develop. Not sure how well the camera picks that up. But there's some veins in that one. Check this one. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so you can see the really good vein in that egg. Goes all the way around. So that one, you could really tell on camera. That was good. Let me make sure I put that egg back down. Yep. Let's go to the next one. So you can see that vein all the way around. That is beautiful. So 3 for 3 we got veining. And like I said, I'll check again at day 17. You can see a lot of veining in that one. And you also got to remember some of these with the lower veins came in at different days. So some eggs are a little bit farther along. That one's got veins. So right there, 5. We'll just do a whole row. So far, everyone in the row. This one has veins too. This one's a darker egg, so it's harder to see. You can see some of the veins there. But I'll tell you in person, off of camera, this flashlight does a heck of a job. And it was a lot cheaper than buying a candling, a candler thing for eggs. This flashlight was only, I think, $9.99 at Home Depot on Black Friday. So not sure, but that's got veins as well. So that's a whole row. So that's what, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 eggs we were good on. So I'm going to go ahead 7 for 7 on that row. And I'll go through, check this whole thing, and then come back and let you know how well they all look. And then I'll check the next row and then the third row. Alright, so the first shelf, I pulled out that tray I showed you. I checked about 3 dozen of the eggs. I didn't check them all. And they all look like they have veins happening. And that's another reason why I bought the GQF 1502. Because they had the highest rating with the automatic turning shelves. Like I said over here, you can see the temperature, the humidity. It goes through the turn count, how many times it's turned. You got the manual button to flatten out the shelves, and then you press this, the green light comes on, it goes back to automatic. But it's supposed to have some of the highest numbers for hatchability, and I've never done incubation ever before. I've never hatched chicken eggs or any type of eggs for that matter, and this is my first time, and I didn't want to have the eggs out too long since the house is cooler. So I will check all the eggs at 17 days, so another 17 days. And then I locked the incubator down and stopped rotating the shelves at day 18 for the last 3 to 4 days of them starting to hatch. So I'll go ahead, I'll check at day 17 for ones that don't have veins. And for those of you that don't know, if they don't have anything growing in them, you want to get them out of the incubator so they don't explode. But due to the fact that I went through 3 dozen, maybe a little over 3 dozen eggs, and they all had veins or showing signs. I'm not going to go through and dig through all the eggs just because I want the temperature to stay warm. And there's Mr. Rex, and we shall see. We're 10 days of 21 days for the chicken eggs, so we're basically at the halfway mark to getting our baby chicks. So time is coming quick. Also, you're going to see the concrete footer and everything I did there for the outhouse. So I got the outhouse there, and I'll probably get a second one next to it, like I said in the video. And of course, what happens, I put the picture up on Facebook that I'm doing a little restroom area, which everybody's allowed to have porta potties, but one of the moron neighbors had to call the county on me to say that I was illegally doing plumbing. There's nothing illegal having an outhouse or a porta potty. So, stupid neighbors once again. And I think what I'm going to start doing, because I think this area needs a little more drama, every time one of the 5 morons call the county on me, I'm going to start building stuff over the mountains by my neighbor's house. And the first thing I'm going to start the next time somebody wants to call in and try to get me in trouble for stuff I'm not doing wrong, I'm going to start fencing over there, and I'm going to start moving my pigs next to my neighbor. So I know my neighbor doesn't watch Facebook and all that stuff, but guess what? I know her friends do. I think one of them's named Mary, Brenton, Warren, Josh, all these different names. I'm not saying last names because it could be anybody with those names. But anytime they want to call in, since I know who is turning me in, I'll start making life living hell for my neighbors. And, I'll start putting stuff on top of the mountain. So when those neighbors drive up the road, it will start looking like crap. All this stuff can go right here on top of the mountain on the end. So every time they drive up the road, gonna look like a junkyard. So go ahead, keep calling in. We'll have some fun here at today's Homesteader Ranch and Petting Zoo.